you have ladies who claim they don't want anything to do with guys, they just want to be on their own. I don't know. I don't know. So that's why today is very interesting, because we have a gist that regards the attitude or behavior of ladies. I don't want to go into details about what today we're going about. I know Benson's already laughing at the show. Because anyway, today is going to be more of an educative section, because we'll be talking about a very interesting, let me say it's a gist actually. I don't want to call it a controversial
it
topic.
is a controversial.
It's a controversial topic.
Yes, it is.
Ben said it's a controversial topic, but I don't know. But on the show, we'll get to know. So we have sweet guests. I call them sweet guests this time. You know, I used to call them presidential guests, but this today is a sweet guest. But before I introduce the guest, I want to say a big thank you to those who are sharing our video and always supporting us in the little way you can. We say thank you. I think we cannot say thank you enough, but please don't stop. Keep sharing it, because we'll keep creating more content to make you happy. Like I was saying, we have sweet guests on our show. Why I call them sweet? Because they are pretty and beautiful. Wow. So let's do the bed. So we have Miss Sophia by my, is it left or right?
Left.
You know, sometimes I used to get confused, left, right, like that. So we have Miss Sophia. Look, she's looking pretty. Just see her in the camera.
Hi.
Miss Sophia is looking pretty. That's why I said sweet guests. They are very beautiful. And by my right hand side, yes, there's a beautiful dancer. Her name is Light of the World. You've heard that in the Bible. Light of the world.
So if you are in darkness, you better contact her now.
Light.
So that she light up your life.
She's the one lighting up this place for us. So Light, you're welcome. You're welcome. And Benson, we have Benson there now. Your favorite. So as I was saying, you know, ladies, they claim that they don't want, recently, this feminism stuff now. So they feel like, I don't want to do anything with guys. I just want them my lane. Just day. So I don't want to have anything to do with guys. So that's why we brought this gist. So today we'll be talking about celibacy. For those that feel, we'll be talking about facts around celibacy as regard our modern society. And so for those that say, I don't want to have any sexual relationship with anybody. I don't even want to get married. It's the most trending stuff. Everybody feel like I don't want to get entangled with anybody. I just want to be on my own. But still, those people, they claim to be celibates, and like we said in the previous episode, they celebrate them. They celebrate them. So we're talking about celibacy. So that's why, for my own, I have a friend. She always posts that she's a celibate, but she does hook up.
Interesting.
So I don't know if we are actually not getting the idea of celibacy. So lights. Can you light up this place?
Yeah, so light it up.
So no, before lights, let me start by my left. So but before we start diving into gist and making it more interesting, I just want us to give our view of what we think about celibacy, because there's something I want to say.
Okay. For me, a lot of persons don't know the meaning of celibacy. They just feel, because I'm not in any sexual relationship, which means I'm celibate. They don't know the actual definition of celibacy. Celibacy is actually a state of abstinence from sexual relationship and marriage that is guided by a vow. There must be a vow. If you take further step in trying to dissect the meaning of celibacy, you see that there are different types of celibacy, like that of the priest and the rest. They are called sacrocental celibacy. Yes, our father, our norms, and the rest of them. Then for the monks, it's actually called monasticism and the rest. So there are different types of celibacy.
I'm just getting to know that.
Honestly,
yes. There are different types of celibacy. Abstinence is actually the right word for you saying, I want to abstain from sex. I don't want anything to do with any man for this particular time. Celibacy, you are actually attaching a vow to it. Like you see when the priests, they're taking their oaths and the rest. It's a vow for you to serve God with your body, your soul, and everything. Wow. You're not getting married, no sexual entanglement, nothing. It's just between you and God. You're using your body to serve God at that particular
I have
time.
something to say, but before I delve into what I want to say, let's hear from Light. So let's hear from, before we start this, I want us to just give a brief stuff about celibacy, because the gist is going to get hot now.
So first, I want to say thank you for having me on this
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a privilege.
Yes, I'm gonna
it's a
light up this
privilege.
place.
No.
And okay, so for me, I feel being celibate is staying away from sex. And like she said, you're not supposed to be married. You get. But I think a married person can decide to be a celibate.
No.
Is it possible?
Because there are a lot of factors. Imagine, like you said, there are different types of celibates. So imagine someone is married and probably the person's spouse died. With respect to the disease, you can choose to be a celibate. Be like, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with any other sexual relationship or stuff. You've chosen to be a celibate. That's
abstained.
That's like my own POV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
So I think I have a contra opinion
to
the two submissions.
but from what you say, can someone say, maybe if I'm dating my ex and possibly we've had sexual entanglement before, and possibly maybe we are no longer together, then I can just decide to say, okay, now I am celibate, or I want to be a celibate. Is it still right to say I am a celibate, like after having sexual entanglement? Because if, from what you said we have to totally abstain. From what you said, Miss Sophia, say we have to totally abstain. So if you are saying that we have to totally abstain, if I've had entanglement with somebody before and maybe along the line I decide to now stop, can I still say I'm a celibate?
Yes, that's, to my opinion, that is the absolute definition of celibate.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the absolute definition of celibate. Because what I feel is an instance, because there is difference between being a virgin and being a celibate. There are two different ideologies.
Wisdom.
You understand? There are two different ideologies. So, like for instance now, those sisters, those reverend sisters and the reverend fathers, you understand me? I feel some of them is during their infantshood, they eventually go to the seminarian schools. Are you getting it down? But I don't know if we have an instance where someone or an individual had engaged in sexual relationship before and decided to stop, can have the opportunity to be a reverend father or a reverend sister.
Is it not possible?
I think,
I don't know.
I think there are criteria for you to actually meet up. It's just like you want to enter university, right? So your WAEC and the rest, there are certain scores you need to meet up to in your JAM and your post-UME before you definitely get admission into read that particular course. So there are certain requirements for them. Like I think I've come across a little because my cousin is a reverend father. So like you have series of testing to go through. Not because your womb is actually after series of certain abortions and it's not damaged, then you want to be a nun. No, they won't take you. You must be wholehearted. Not because, now you are not deformed. You want to serve God because you are not deformed. You want to become a reverend father. There are certain criteria. They will look into it to ensure that, you've gotten this part, check here, check, before you can actually be admitted into the seminary.
I think Vince, we need to really, open this thing up. Now, let's know your views, your suggestions, your opinions, your beliefs. Why our ladies or the average lady want to be a celibate? What are their reasons?
I wanted to even ask something safe. Do you think one can totally abstain from sex? If he says
no, let's find out their reasons.
If he say somebody, if they no go, they
Vince,
Vince,
let's Vince.
Yes.
Oh, it's not possible.
No,
That's not possible.
Now,
it is
said,
possible.
so now, what
Like
are the reasons why they decide that no, I've been doing this, I want to stop?
Oh,
Or maybe I just want to abstain from it. So, Light and Sophia.
Now you use the word abstain from it.
Okay,
you see,
no, still celibate. We're still talking about celibate. Yeah.
You see, let me come from where you were, from what you said. You said, why is it that? What's that question again?
Like,
is it possible to
people they feel stay without saying they don't like?
You can actually stay without sexual intimacy. Why? Because, and that's where abstinence come in. You've already accepted that, okay, fine, I want to abstain from it. That's because maybe one or two, and your question hits its own. Okay, can a lady actually stay away from having sex and all that? The reason why is because maybe heartbreak, several heartbreak, and the rest say, okay, I don't want anything to do with
something you've been doing.
Benson,
yes.
you know why I asked that question. I asked a question before I asked
and
this
it
one.
is determination. You have to be,
if you've been doing it, I decide to stop.
Yes.
The urge is always there. How do you not? Because the urge is always coming. The urge is always coming. So for those that say, okay, I want to stop, don't be saying you can't say I be celibate.
Like, I feel like
you go come they use Dido. So
I think Light wants to say something.
Like you said, like they have to stop. Then for how long? I think that if you are stopping, you have a reason why you choose to be a celibate, and then the period of time you choose to be a celibate will determine if you're actually deciding to be a celibate or you just want to abstain from sex for that period of time, depending on.
So
how
it can be
long
a period.
Is. Yes, like if it's a period of time, I don't think we should call it celibacy.
So if I'm saying that, that's what I'm saying. If I'm saying that, okay, this month now I never do anything. I can say for this one, but this 1 month now.
You abstain from it. You just got self-discipline and decided to abstain from it.
So I will not call myself a celibate now.
No. Where are you celebrating to?
Because me now for like.
No, okay. Now let's talk about the reasons. You mentioned one, which is heartbreaks, and what are the other reasons?
Then you lose focus.
You lose focus.
Yes, like you see teenagers, when they start having sexual relationships, when in life there's a cadre, you climb your stairs. When you miss a particular one, before you get it back, a whole lot of things would have gone wrong and gone sour. So first of all, let's just use the teenagers because that's actually rampant now in our society. Like you see 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl already having a boyfriend, and some will tell you that he's my ex. A 16-year-old having ex somewhere.
Like
exes.
Who is your ex?
Exes. No, you are mistaken.
Exes. Yes. Who is your
Calculus.
ex? So at 16, you're supposed to be dealing with your WAEC, NECO, school not be scam. If you miss them, you don't miss them.
Have you?
If you miss that step, you've missed it. Imagine you're supposed to deal with your WAEC, concentrate, get a focus, enter the university. Yes, I understand. As to strike, you can do with 6 years, 7 years for a 4 years course. But that notwithstanding, if you know what you're doing, if you are determined to get it, you will get it. And whereby you decide to start frolicking around at the age of 16, you will no longer focus. You will lose focus. The only thing you get to do at that particular time is party. At a party, who is the next boy talking to me? This boy is not doing like this, so I don't like the way he's behaving. You won't focus.
So
you lose focus.
Okay, one of the reasons is also for them to be focused.
Yes.
Apart from those two, which other one? Because I really want to get the reasons.
And sexually transmitted infection and diseases.
Yeah, STD.
Yes, STDs and STIs.
Voila.
Okay.
You just say, okay, the last time I caught gonorrhea, I caught syphilis, I just want to, in short, let me stay away from this thing. A lot of persons can decide to say, okay, I want to stay away from it after testing it.
Wait, can we really hold urge when it comes, like, can we really
of
hold
course,
urge?
sex is psychological.
Yes.
It has to do with your limbic system and the rest of it. I don't need to explain all of those things.
Explain.
You will stay away from
sex
it.
Sex is psychological, yes. You deal with it. There is a certain stage you will deal with that sexual urge. It will not come again. Yes. You succeeded in repressing those hormones that they won't wake up except you need it. Like, let's take for example, those who watch pornography. It's when you watch pornography, that's when your mind goes there. That's when you start getting that sexual arousal.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you are able to get away from things like that, you know, what you see is what controls your head and your mind. So if you decide to stay away from things like that you see, that's number one. Stop those kind of movies, and before you know, you start trying to repress those emotions when they come. You use something else to cover it up, maybe a comedy series. You watch things that make you laugh. Before you know, you repress those hormones that it is only when you need them. You're in control of your body. It is only when you need them. That's when it comes up. That's why I keep saying sex is psychological. You can actually meet somebody today and, oh, the person just wants it. And you can still be meet your girlfriend tomorrow. You see, she will just lay like a plywood.
I find it very difficult.
Her mind is not there at that particular
time. I find it very difficult to believe what you said.
Honestly, I totally.
I have a friend then in school. Like, I have a friend. She just came to me and said, like, I'm trying to stop. Even the suppression that you are saying that she did it. Like, I'm trying to stop. I've done everything. I have done this one, done that, I've done that. Like, urge keep coming. Say the urge for it keep coming. So it's like something that I think it's an
addiction.
I don't want to call it an addiction. Maybe it has an age bracket where it gets to.
Of course. Your hormones are the
so
peak
if you
teenage age.
If you now say you are a celibate in that age, how do you cope with those urges?
Yes. When you are not maybe your
when those women are very active. I used to believe that. The reason for all this stuff, because most of the guests that before I introduced the show, I gave a story. Most of the guests that claim that they are celibates, they are actually not celibate, because I feel one of the stuff that is actually moving this stuff. I have them on my status. So one of the things that is actually moving this stuff is just because of sex toys.
Yeah. I think you have a point there.
So if somebody is saying that, okay, possibly maybe they get urge from sex toy, they can say, okay, I don't want to do it with a guy, I want to be a celibate. So can we say somebody that uses sex toy to get sexual satisfaction? Can we say
you are not celibate now, and you are not abstaining.
But
you are not, and you are not.
Sexual relationship can be between two persons, but now it's between non-living things. Between living things.
Okay, like now different people have their own the way they see celibacy. So if someone chooses to be a celibate and the person still masturbates with sex toys and stuff, the person feels like, as far as I'm not having sexual intercourse with someone like me, opposite sex or same sex, based on maybe LGBTQ,
so you are a celibate.
Then you are a celibate. So I think it boils down to how they see it. Like, we all know that, okay, for you to be a celibate, people generally think that you don't have to be intimate with someone else. Then they can decide, like, since I want to derive pleasure, I can get sex toys. So it boils down to their POV. And they can choose to be a celibate. You can't question them.
So what are really the
look at the
so
eyes much.
What are really some of these benefits these ladies derive from being a celibate? Are there any benefits?
Pride.
No, it's
I feel
pride.
you can channel your energy, or you can see your passion somewhere else. Because now sex is out of it, so you start thinking of other factors.
So are you saying
thinking
that
of other things? Your mind will be open to new opportunities.
So are you saying that?
You're right.
No.
I
totally disagree with this.
No,
are you saying that, okay, because I engage in sexual activity,
so you're not focused?
That means I'm not
focused.
No, that's not the point.
That was the point.
I used the word. I said teenagers. So they lose focus at that particular
stage. So what are
stage.
those people that are engaging in it? Are you getting it now? But yet they are succeeding.
Of course, you can do. The way you can multitask is different from the way I can multitask. You can have a relationship that is stressing you, and you will still do well in your daily activities. Now,
Vince, this reminds me now. Now we have our born again Christians. Let's boil down to that part now. Our Christian sisters and brothers that they don't declash. You understand? And they now decide to give their lives to Christ. So what do we say to that now?
Oh, okay.
No, the judgment is with the Lord. The judgment is with the Lord.
But Bensi,
yes,
we both know that. Okay, fine, maybe.
No, we don't know.
No, okay.
I
Okay,
don't know.
let's take for instance somebody who used to do all of these things, and at the end of the day, he or she finds Christ and like, okay, I just want to stay away from this thing first. And funny enough, sex is a covenant between two persons. It's not supposed to be meant for the unmarried.
No, sorry for cutting you. I need to say this now as it's coming now. Now, I know you to be sexually active. And maybe I know you to be sexually active and I asked you out. We were dating. Then you now tell me no sex, you are celibate.
You are celibate. So there is to do too, I swear.
Yes.
There is to do too.
Yes.
Okay.
You will now be telling me you are celibate and I have to wait, blah blah blah. So what do you have to say to that?
Okay, I feel a lot of persons they don't actually say it as it is. If you're asking me out and I ask, like, I kind of agreed, it's okay, let's go out, let's date. And even before agreeing, I will tell you, Bensi, you see this relationship, I've had couple of relationships that didn't work for me. Let's just say and see compatibility. If we are compatible, that's number one. And number two, please, I don't want anything of sexual relationship. So me too will not ask you anything from your pockets. I will not asking you things from your pockets. Why you no go green? I no go green because a lot of guys will say,
I know you are sexually active.
I can choose to not, because why? Because I found Christ, or maybe too many breakups.
Found Christ.
I don't want to increase body count.
So you didn't know Christ before?
Oh. Okay, like you know, you can know Christ before and not know him very well and not know him detail, but now you now know detail about Christ. So you can decide to say, okay, fine. You made mention of the born again. That's why I'm using the word Christ. I'm using his name, Christ, not word, sorry.
Okay.
His name, Christ, Jesus Christ. So you can decide to say, okay, I've studied the Bible. I've gotten my own encounter with Jesus Christ, and I want to do it the godly way. I want to stay the godly way. You stay in the godly way. I cannot be deceiving Benson to say I want to stay the godly way, and I'm doing it with you. If I want to stay the godly way, I stay the godly way.
And that one I stay on that team.
Yes, now.
So people can be celebrating for one person.
Yes. I'm betting the other.
They can be celebrating for one person.
So that's why I said so. You know, if you don't do it that way, you tell Bensi, okay, look, Bensi, if you agree, it's fine. If you don't agree, it's okay.
So since Bensi don't drag himself come now, so okay, what about say the girl? Now we say that the girl will say, okay, I want to celebrate for you till marriage, and we say that celibacy is abstinence from sexual relationship and anything as regard marriage. You know where I'm going. So are we still in the right path to say, okay, she's a celibate because she's saying, okay, I want to abstain to marriage? Because if you're saying you're a celibate, I don't want to
celibate.
I don't want to have anything
who pregnates you? You don't say Catholic priest or Catholic sister get belle. I want to get. If it gets there, you don't pull your cap and everything. You put your uniform and you leave the convent. You go into the world and multiply as instructed. So you're not saying that they celibate until I marry. No, celibacy, marriage not a joint, sexual intercourse not.
That's what I was saying.
You're
because
actually abstaining.
That kind of person, that your babe now we talk, that your babe, not be celibate, not be the reason, not the fake celibate.
Now the fake celibate. Now the fake celibate go corner. If they collect money for Bensi, they celebrate. So you go celebrate for your pocket.
I asked her.
You don't ask, I don't collect, I don't give. So we stay on our path. And funny enough, if it works for us, we go. If it doesn't work for us, we still,
everybody find
yes, some people will say, what's your body count? So imagine now, me and Bensi, or Bensi and one person, first person, the thing did not work, another person did not work. You already counting like 15 persons already. Then already increasing body counts and the rest. So you can decide to abstain from it and say, I want to abstain from sex till I get married. It's abstinence.
That one is abstinence, yeah.
Yes.
So celibacy
See,
is
celibacy means say you don't want marriage. Celibacy is a state of abstinence from marriage and sexual intercourse.
so you Benson,
So
tell
you
your
don't
babe.
abstain.
But if
So the
you're
right
saying-
word is abstinence, not celibacy.
I wanted to even come to you, but see what you want to
Okay.
say.
But if you're saying a celibate can't get married, what about people that are married, but they are now celibates?
How?
How can you be married and
And
still
celibate.
celibate?
Okay, let's talk about our grandparents, or let's come to the old people. They've already lost one of their spouse, but we don't see them with girls.
They just
Or
abstain because they don't want wahala. You don't want
Well,
wahala.
if you are saying you previously said like for a long period of time or for a lifetime, now their spouse is dead. They have the remaining part of their life till they die. Aren't they celibates like that?
Okay, Bible said till death. When you are taking the parts, is till death do us part. Abi how you are taking it.
See,
Remember-
that's where
see
it's
death.
apart.
See death. That's
do
where
us
it has
apart.
ended with that person. You can choose to remarry
Can continue.
and continue your
the journey.
life, or you can stay and say, okay, this remaining part of my life, I just want to give it to God. Let me just
I
use
want
it.
to give it
Or
to
my
my husband that is in the
children.
grave, or my wife that is in the
Or
grave.
my wife that's in the grave, or my children. Let me use it to take care of my children, forsaking all other men and all other women. Any other man. Have you noticed the reason why those people stay alone is because, let's take for example, a woman gets married and after 3 children the husband dies. Then after that she wants to remarry somebody, and let's say for example she has 2 females and a male. Nobody will love your child like you.
Voila.
Nobody will do that for you. And you see even fathers molesting their daughters. You go on Instagram, you see a whole lot of stories every day. Then not to talk of a stepfather molesting the stepdaughter. So that's why a whole lot of women decide to just stay on their own. They can have my friend outside and be doing their things outside, but you see bringing the man home, you are not saying the person does not mean that they don't run shit outside. It's what I tell you.
You just
that
dey
you
talk
know.
with it in my mind now.
Yeah, I can decide to keep that side of me. You will even hit your chest and say no,
You can
Sophia
swear.
will not do that. Sophia will not do that. But behind you, I have my own corner. I do my shit, I dust it, I clean it, and you don't see it. So a whole lot of persons know how they run their own package. So like they only want you to know what they want you to know, or see what they want you to know. So that's my own opinion about that.
Okay. So over to what you said. That if someone that is sexually active
Okay.
decides not to become a celibate, I know that the person is sexually active.
Yeah.
I feel like with this trend going on in our generation, yeah, a lot of young people in relationship, they have this ideology that being in a relationship, I must have sex.
Okay.
No man now.
So then,
No man now.
So then-
How people with the clap hand?
Which one be
Should we be
normal?
watching the limudo?
Na sex
Have you
wey
seen
Adam
one?
and Eve do scatter this
No.
world. So that
Okay.
put us for
No.
here.
Let her talk. Let her
No,
learn.
no.
so the thing
continue.
now is that since people already have this mindset that once I'm in a relationship, sex is involved. You might be in a relationship with someone you don't care about or you don't love the person, but you're just there having sex. The person's body count is increasing. So coming from that person's point of view, if the person says like, you know what, I don't want to have sex, it's okay. I feel that way because probably the person has already had sex in the past and probably the person is not a virgin.
See,
Also-
for me, if you want to become a celibate, no date. Celibate.
Yes.
no
Yes,
date.
no
Christians
date. That's
can
the-
date,
that's
but
the
they can
real
also
But you're-
law.
but-
Why?
But you're
That's
saying
why
that
pastors
we
will
should
tell
be
you
dating.
abstain before marriage. Don't go to his house before marriage. They will not
That's
tell
why I say you should be
celebrate.
dating.
Now
Okay.
the point is, you used to, and now you are in another relationship, and you are not giving me the cock and bull
Na
stories.
sex carry you go
that
relationship.
no.
Na sex carry you reach there.
Let's call a spade a
It's
spade.
paid.
You understand? Let's call a spade a spade. Now you are not telling me maybe because you've had experiences in the past, so that means you just want to abstain till marriage. Hello, hi. What are you telling me?
I think if you love the person, you shouldn't bother about that.
Wow.
Because there's always room for change. You can make a decision anytime.
Yes.
You know the thing.
And you shouldn't count somebody based on what they did in the past. Don't hold it against them.
No, you're not holding what
sex
the
carry
person
Bessie
did.
enter
No.
If let's say the girl no one give Bessie brings sex for you.
Discussing celibacy.
That's sexually attempt to carry you for here today.
Now we are talking about celibacy here. We shouldn't forget. Now I want to ask this question now. Let's come to the spirituality now. How do you perceive the role of spirituality and religious belief on a woman's decision to be a celibate? How do you perceive the role?
Religious leaders, most times they clap for the person.
They what?
They will clap for the person.
They will clap for the person.
Like religious leaders, they'll feel like, yeah, this is the right thing.
Yeah,
most religious
that
people.
is actually the right thing. If we go biblical in this section, we'll not live here. We'll sleep here today and talk about it.
Oh, sure.
Me, I love Bible stories a lot.
I love Bible story.
You see, when it comes to things like that, marriage is a bed undefiled. It's in the Bible. Go search it. You are not supposed to even test it before marriage, prior to marriage. I want to test whether it work. Now, goods and services.
Okay.
I've been an NG.
Sometimes they work.
Educate. No. I educate
Then
him
at
more.
the end of the day, you decide to say, okay, fine, I've done this thing in the past, but now I want to do it the godly way.
Why? You knew it before, so why are you telling me now
Yes,
that you want to?
because
The person has given his life to
I
Christ.
still use the word.
You guys,
Bessie,
you're not getting
that
this thing.
That girl.
No, you don't get this.
Somebody's dealing with Bessie.
Somebody,
Stop playing.
somebody somewhere.
No, the thing is, you used to, and now you are telling me because you had this in the past, so you don't want to. So now, how do you deal with it?
People learn
Because
from
this is a
past
challenge.
experience.
Let's face reality. This is a challenge. Something you're used to.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you say you want to stop.
That's what I was saying.
Then
that
I
how do
think
you get
that boils down
hold
to the
the
factors
urge?
why you want to stop.
Stop.
And sometimes it might be because of bad sexual experience.
Okay.
Okay, like if we take a look at people that travel outside the country illegally, we know they go there to do prostitution and stuff. Many of them already have bad experience. Many of them go there, they are being forced to sleep with animals, and so once they have the opportunity to break out from whatever deal they're in, they can choose to be like, you know what, there's nothing in this
So
life
now
again.
everything then boils down to their various reasons. You understand?
Of course.
Some, I believe there was a time where I read a certain article online about a young girl who went through sexual abuse. You understand? Now that child, as that child is growing up, already mentally, psychologically, she is of the opinion that a man is a beast. You understand?
Yes.
Because of that trauma, that drama she went through while growing up. So then when that young girl grows up to become a lady, she then decides, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with what? A man, because of what I went through. That is understandable. You understand me? Sex slave and all that. Instances where you're being forced to do what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You understand me? Now, when you tell me that story, that okay, these are your reasons why you want to be a celibate. Understandable. But now, by yourself, with your hand, with your legs, with your soul, your body, and you now tell me, like, you went into it, and you're not telling me that, no, because of maybe one heartbreak, okay, maybe because of, okay, I've given my life to Christ. Yeah, that part is quite understandable.
Are you saying that
now,
because you're a
remember,
Christian?
I'm representing the average guy out there. So I'm here for you guys. I'm representing you on this show. Hey, you were saying something?
Are you saying that because you're a Christian, you don't want to contradict yourself or what?
No. Don't get me wrong. Now we are having a discussion. We have a lot of people out there who have misconceptions. You understand me? They don't really understand, what celibacy really means. So this show is to educate them. So that's why we are here. So don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So if you're representing the average guy, like you said, does that mean that if I choose to be a celibate, I'll have to give you my reason?
Yes. Because
But
now,
what if I don't?
Listen.
Bessie.
We are no.
Because like imagine I have traumatizing past.
You don't understand. The thing is, Now we agree to be in a relationship. Am I right? Good. Now I believe being in a serious relationship, you don't need to hide anything from your spouse. Am I right?
Yeah.
So if you are telling me you want to be a celibate, I think I deserve the right to know why you took that decision to be a
But
celibate.
it takes time for some
Then-
people to open up.
Is that?
It takes time for people to open up.
Yeah.
And besides, what if things doesn't work out with you and the person? The person goes on to another relationship and be like, I want to be a celibate.
Well,
Does that person also expect you to give the
now
reason?
that is why in every relationship, before you start any relationship, you need to have a focus.
Yeah.
Know where that
What if I'm
relationship is.
focused and the other person is not focused?
You should know if the person is focused or not.
Bensi,
Lose focus.
you carry X-ray put for eye. you put X-ray
You know,
for
listen,
eye.
one thing I believe as an individual, when you see what you want, you know this is the
Sometimes
person.
what you
All
want,
that
we
glitters
don't
is not
want
good.
you.
What you want, we don't want you.
Hmm.
Have you heard that TikTok? Hello? Do you still want to me? No, they took me already. Have you heard that TikTok sound?
Voila.
So, okay, you were saying something before, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Also, like I said, I think I've forgotten.
You don't need
Okay,
to
you
forget
said
them.
you are representing the average guy. So I was not like, if things doesn't work out between us and I decide to move on, someone else comes along, does that mean that I also have to give the person my reason for being a celibate?
Yes, I think the person deserves to know.
Because if you go about telling everybody, what's the use?
Now, when you tell the person and the person decides to stay, fine. And if he decides to go, then you let him be.
I feel like as far as you're doing the right thing, you're not being a celibate just for one person. You don't really owe anybody an explanation. People should respect you for who you are.
Someone you're in a relationship with, not just an average individual.
Okay, Bensi, I
Okay.
will throw more light on that.
Why is Benson on the show?
Eh,
I don't
because
understand.
like
We have Vince here.
No.
That's because I'm not attacking you guys.
Vince no
Eh?
get Vince no
It's
get
because I'm going
girlfriend.
to them.
Don't clap for hot
Eh,
corner.
see,
I think
now you- I see how you drag yourself, come on.
situation.
I don't know
And
this now you
also-
drag yourself. Come on.
And also, I feel like in a relationship, if you're not having sexual intercourse, you're not being a celibate. You're actually abstaining from sex.
Okay.
I think you should get that.
Okay. Okay.
That's
That's
what-
abstinence,
what-
right?
Yes,
Abstinence.
abstinence.
And
Abstinence.
not
You're abstaining.
being celibate.
Not being celibate.
Yes.
Yeah, but what if a lady tells you she's a celibate?
I have a friend.
Then if the way she behaves, you understand that, you just like, okay, Alpha, you're not being a celibate here, you're just abstaining from sexual intercourse. Let's leave it like that.
That's
Okay.
that's
Which I have a
abstaining.
friend. I have
Eh.
a friend. They're in a celibate relationship.
Oh.
I have a
I'm getting this whole celibate idea.
They're,
wrong.
wait, now that's what I'm saying. They're in a celibate relationship, and this girl they seduced this guy, but he said no sex.
It's actually abstaining. Maybe the guy must have actually had one or two encounters.
She will be posting celibate for life.
to
Like
make him
it's a like no understand now sharp one.
celibate for life. Then she does not need a man beside her.
But she's in a relationship with someone, and
No.
she
She's
always
abstaining.
seduce that person.
She's
Vince.
abstaining.
Vince, I think this celibate thing, I think we are attributing it to just the females. Do you know we have guys too who decide to be celibate?
Yes.
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 Several shaking.
It's not only ladies. So
No ladies.
it's not only ladies. So we are talking on both sides. You
Sure.
understand? So now let's come to the guys now. We are dating and you want the sex and I tell you I'm a celibate.
You have seen Shege. You must
And
have
you-
seen Shege to say, I don't want. Please, let's
The
be in
person
this
might not
relationship.
really have seen Shaggy.
Yes, like you said, but let's just be in this
Wait,
relationship. I don't want anything sex.
can you be with somebody, maybe a guy that is a celibate to marriage, maybe to you put decide to marriage. I just want to know when you said if they are going to get married, it's no longer celibate. But can you be with somebody that was okay, not to marriage? Can you?
Be truthful. Oh.
Of course.
Don't.
Can you?
Light.
Yes.
You can
I can.
celibate to marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
You abstain from sex to marriage. I can. The only thing, see, Benson, I can ask you
Okay.
why. What are your reasons? Tell me your reasons. You understand? Are we doing it the godly way or something? They walk somewhere.
No, I think you did not ask that question very well.
Ask it again.
No, let me
Give
ask
it
it
to her.
again.
Mhm.
You are sexually active. Okay, you the lady, you are sexually active. Oh.
I'm supposed to put
Yes, that's the way you're supposed to ask the question. You are sexually active, and I come to you because you guys have been tackling me because I've been talking otherwise. Good. You the lady, you are sexually active, and myself as a guy, I'm a celibate, and we are in a relationship, and I tell you I want to abstain. I want to be a celibate in the relationship. So can you? The question goes to the two of you.
You're not saying you want to be a celibate in the relationship. Like I said before, you're abstaining from sex.
Okay, let's use the word abstinence.
Yes.
Right? You guys want us to use the word abstinence.
Yes.
Good. Can you?
Yes.
You are... No, you guys are not being truthful on this show.
There's no way they can
No,
give.
Bessie.
No, let's be truthful here.
Even the
You are
Bible
sexually
said,
active.
Can two work
can't-
together except they agree?
They don't always agree. That's why there's fights.
There's
always
First of all,
fight in
first of all, I
example.
believe we attract who we are. So
Thank you.
someone that is sexually active cannot go and attract a church boy.
No, you can't attract. And what did you make that? How did you?
I just said like a church boy.
attract.
A church
I just
boy.
put it like that.
Okay, so that means like a church girl will attract a church girl.
Mm-hmm.
In our society today, it doesn't work that way. Oh.
Life is not Nollywood.
No, but in our society, no, these are realities.
But
It's not about
Bensi-
Nollywood.
But
Have you seen
Bensi,
any?
Yes,
but Bensi, I asked you already. Can two work together unless they agree?
they have to agree. Yes. In
So,
this case,
in
there
this-
is disagreement.
There's disagreement.
In
There's
this-
There's always
disagreement
disagreement in
indication.
relationship.
In
Okay.
a relationship whereby there's disagreement of sexual intercourse, I want it and you don't want it. That relationship cannot stand now. It's not going anywhere. Let's be realistic. You want to bend it.
Okay,
It
like
will not
you
go
said,
anywhere.
it's not going anywhere because even if she decides to be like, okay, let's abstain from it. You want it, right? Fine, I'll go by your rules. But when you guys get married, don't you think that thing will also bring an issue? Because like you said, she's sexually active.
Mm-hmm.
So probably days where she wants to have sex, you'd be like, come on, I'm not interested. That will cause an issue.
That is where there will be a serious issue.
And I already asked you, can two work together? If una no fit work together, wetin carry una go altar?
Okay.
Una no fit work relationship.
Do we
na
feel?
marriage.
Do we feel we still have celibates? People who are celibates, re-celibates, in our present society, do you still feel that we have celibates?
We have people or persons who are abstaining from sex. If you have the intention of getting married or the notion of getting married, celibacy don't come off in your dictionary.
Yes, because as a celibate, you are not to get married.
You're not to get married.
Yes,
You're not to get married.
you're
You
not
have
to
to
get married.
abstain from marriage and sexual
Relationship,
intercourse.
anything.
Kissing,
So
smooching,
anybody
hugging,
that is in a relationship,
anything that we
anybody
Wait,
that
as a celibate, you can't hug somebody.
smooshing, kissing, all those romancing.
And also,
Why celebrate
Are you
the
talking about
romance?
celibates can't hug or they can't cuddle?
You can't even cuddle.
why you go? They call me when?
when you say
I
that,
feel like hugging somebody is
that's where it
normal.
starts now.
Why you go? They
Why
call
you go
me?
Why would you cuddle?
I'm asking because I think a celibate can hug somebody. To me, hugging somebody is normal. So are you trying to say a celibate can't cuddle somebody or can't hug somebody?
Can't cuddle. Let's use the word cuddle.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot
You can
cuddle.
be a brother
Because
hug
if
like
you-
okay
if
side to side.
you
like,
cuddle me,
yeah,
eh?
Okay.
cuddling. You cuddle anything you see, you take on.
If you cuddle me, you go break that celibacy.
So
But
in
the
this
thing is,
society,
okay. Like what I understand is, celibacy has nothing to do with relationship,
and marriage.
marriage.
Yes.
That is it. So anybody that
And
tells you,
sex.
yeah, and sex. No, of course, when you're talking about relationship, you
No,
are definitely
no, some
gonna-
people in
No.
relationship don't have sex.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
abstinence.
Yeah.
That's abstinence now.
Yes.
It's abstinence. So now, marriage and relationship is totally out of it.
Out of
So
it.
that person is either father or sister.
Now father, sister, or mock.
Okay.
So, but I want to get this. And do you people still feel there are people who are celibate in our present society? People have not answered that question. Do you?
We have a
feel-
lot of persons
Yes.
who abstain from sex.
So they are abstaining, but
They are abstaining with
But
the
not
intention of getting
This
married.
actress,
when
Juliana Oloyede, I don't know if you know her. She
Okay.
once featured in Jennifer's
Jennifer's
Diary.
Diary, yeah.
Yeah. So now, You know, there's this story I've been hearing. I think when I was in the tertiary,
celibacy and the rest. Yeah.
I think she claims to be a virgin, or I don't know if she is or she's not. You understand me? Now, with her own case now, do you consider her as a celibate?
Is she married? Yes or no?
She's not
even
married.
her.
She's not married.
Yeah, she's not
Not
married.
even that. We have the Destiny Ethical.
Okay.
Who claims she's still a virgin.
No, stop her now.
No,
don't talk.
Why you
Well,
saying
let me
make
dey
una
talk.
stop am? It's possible. What are you saying? You said make una stop am. No.
I said make una stop
With-
am. I just said stop
With
am.
all those, with all,
I see they play.
No.
Just they play.
No, it's possible. All right.
I think it's possible.
It's
for
possible.
The person to be a virgin, to still
Yes.
be a virgin.
Yes, no. Is it because of the way she dresses?
Because like, okay, I feel like many people when they see someone as a virgin, they expect the person to be churchy
Yeah.
or just.
no, see that
No,
when
it's
for me,
in Nigerian society.
for me the way I view it, if you're a virgin, there are some hormones that will not react to your body. You see all those big boobs and big whatever stuff. I think those things should not be coming out the way they are coming.
I think it's growth.
No,
Yeah.
it's growth.
It's
It's
growth.
growth and your.
No,
Your
that's
genes.
not
Your
growth.
Your genes.
Some is not growth. Some is
puberty
hormones that is activating, and there's something that's activating hormones.
But that just na surgery na.
No.
Wetin they carry they go there again. I bet
They
no be
go carry
BBA.
una.
Not be
They
BBA.
will carry you guys
Not be
now.
BBA. I can't talk about that. That's a can't talk about.
So I think we should think of any of this stuff now. So we can have session whereby viewers get to drop their points on what they feel about this.
Okay.
So we want to say thank you guys for this, and it has really been an interesting conversation with you guys. Basically, there was a girl that is supposed to come. There's a lady that's supposed to be on this show. It was so unfortunate that she did not come.
Yeah.
She's a celibate.
Oh,
Nice.
how it would have been so
Would have been
nice
married.
to have her on the show.
Is this? I thought you say it's not celibate. Say that she's still married.
Does she have a boyfriend?
So I would have asked her, but she's not here. She's lucky. But if you're watching, don't worry, I will still host you. So guys, just drop your view of what you think about this celibacy gist on the comment section, and don't forget to keep sharing our video. Guys, we want to say thank you for always supporting us, and to meet again. We love you guys.